and go.
Okay, we are live.
Oh shoot! Dang, it's been a minute, hasn't it? It's been a minute.
Yeah, we haven't had a podcast in about 2 weeks.
I think 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks. So I'm going to be the hostess for this week. My name is Coupon Strides, which y'all mostly know me as the Struggle Game Her. And I'm here with my home girl, Miss Nia. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Let us know what you've been gaming on, what you've been doing, all that good stuff.
For sure, man. So, of course, y'all already know me, man. Every week, it's your girl, Nia, the Video Game Her. And I am a very tired Nia today, so y'all are gonna have to forgive me. Like, my body is absolutely spent. Like, I'm out of there. Like, we gonna do this, man. We gonna do this. As far as what I've been gaming on, to be honest, I really haven't been gaming on a whole lot because I've been real busy. And then you guys know, like, last week I had the plague. I was like really sick. I was really sick, so when I tried to play something, like, it made my head even dizzier than it already was, and it just was a bad situation. But what I attempted to play was Dandara. So I was playing Dandara the last time I was playing anything, and I think I may have played a little bit of Mario Kart. Then I kind of put it down because, like, it was just making me sick. I couldn't play anything. However, I did have a chance to see Black Panther, and that's been on my mind a lot. But I ain't gonna talk about it because Coupon ain't seen it yet.
Don't worry, I'm getting there.
Let me tell you,
it is all the time.
Is tight. Like, that movie
Liddy in the city.
It's Liddy in the city. Like, that movie's tight. Yeah, so that's pretty much what I've been up to. And just, of course, real life, man. Real life in it up.
Real life in it up. You know, when video games gotta be put down for a little minute, you gotta put them on hold. You gotta put them on hold. So we are sadly missing someone right now, and we're not sure. I think he's on his way. He must have got lost in translation, and he was online for like 2 minutes not too long ago, and then I just can't hear from him. So I'm pretty sure Alex will be popping through here in a minute. I just sent him a note, so he'll be making his fashionably late entrance. So with that being said, I'll go ahead and introduce myself yet again, which, like I said, I'm Coupon. I am your struggle gamer, struggling in these streets, trying to do what I can do. You know, it is what it is. But so what I've been gaming on, I recently finished up Persona 5. Finally, I know. And I actually started a new playthrough of that, along with playing some Shadow of the Colossus on hard mode, by the way, because I've already played it easy and normal back in the day, and since I'm getting it again, I wanted to try and try it again on hard and see if I could do it. Oh my god, these Colossi, they don't play. They do not play. Oh my god, but it's so much fun. As y'all know, I've been streaming a little bit of it, so by all means check that out if you get a chance. I've also went back to play a little bit of the Floor Kids on the Switch, which is so cute. They are just too freaking adorable.
I want to get it just because they're so freaking adorable. Like,
it's so adorable.
It's not even about the gameplay to me, even though it looks really interesting, you know?
Right.
It's like, I just want it because the kids are so
Okay,
cute.
I'm gonna put you in on a secret. I bought it because the kids were so cute, and then when I played it, they actually have a lot of actual intricate, inner workings as far as, like, the gameplay and stuff. That's a plus, but I definitely not even go front. I bought that because it was just too cute. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and spot these dudes some money because they got these cute little kids up in here.
Yes.
And they have their little silly little names. They're just adorable. It's so cute. But I've been playing that. Obviously we just recently played some Mario Kart the other day. Got my butt handed to me as usual, but you know how I do. I get online and I make life living hell for everyone else.
Yes.
I'm looking at your stream right now. Are you serious with the head wrap? That's what I'm talking about.
I wear head wraps, like, a lot.
Yes. I don't even care. I ain't even mad at you. I just have to look up. I was like, look at my queen.
Yes, boo. You know I be coming through with the head
She got
wrap,
the head
y'all.
wrap,
I got
y'all.
the scarves,
Erica Badu up in this piece. The bag lady. I love that song. But so we're gonna go ahead and go into the topics. But before we get started, I just want to give you guys a heads up of how we're doing it this week. Because we missed a couple of weeks, we have a little bit of old news, which I'm gonna start off with first. This is some past news from a couple of weeks, just some basic stuff to kind of, you know, go over that we may have missed, and then I'll segue into the actual news of more or less from probably Thursday to this week. So just as a heads up, so if you're wondering, oh, what that's, oh, we already know about that, that's kind of why you'll hear a little bit of the old stuff, okay?
For sure, for sure.
So as far as the old news is concerned, Emily Rogers, a Smash Brothers title, will be announced and released for Switch later this year. So this is a rumor, complete and utter rumor. It might have been debunked by now. Hopefully it is.
I don't think it's been debunked yet.
It hasn't been debunked yet? Okay, so
I'll let you go on and we'll talk.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm just going to kind of just read over this a little bit, and then I'll let Nia go ahead and say her piece. So, investigative sleuth and Nintendo insider Emily Rogers is reporting on Reset Era that Nintendo plans to release a Super Smash Bros. Title this year for the Nintendo Switch console. The game will be announced this year and will release possibly towards Christmas. Nintendo has apparently added brand new content to the game, as well as reworking some of the assets from the existing Wii U and Nintendo 3DS versions of the popular game. Here's what she had to say. I can only confirm two things. The Smash Bros. Title will be announced later this year, and they added brand new content and rework and blah blah blah. So that's all she had to say. They have a side note here to clarify. I never said whether it was a sequel or a port. I only said they've been preparing an announcement for Smash Bros. Title on Switch. I don't know whether it's a sequel or deluxe definitive. So she's just letting you know that there is some form of a Smash supposedly coming out later this year.
Also, one of the things they said too was that she said that they added new content and reworked some of the existing 3DS content. Sounds kind of like a Mario Kart 8 Deluxe situation.
It sounds like a deluxe.
Yeah,
it does sound like a deluxe, which I mean, we kind of already knew that was a thing. If they were gonna do a Smash Brothers, they could either do a whole new one, or they could just bring us a deluxe.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, a deluxe plus adding like some new characters and some extra content plus kind of polish it a little bit more would have been an easier route and made it a lot more faster to bring it over to the Switch, as opposed to going, you know, all new. You know.
I personally believe this rumor. I think that Nintendo, like, they just gonna make a habit out of this generation.
We're gonna get a Smash. Like that's.
I feel like at this point it just kind of is what it is. Like Nintendo know for a fact, man, did nobody buy no Wii. And although and although there was a lot of games that still
a lot of people missed out on
like
those
Smash
games.
Brothers made, you know, and it sold a lot of units. But it didn't sell as many units as a Smash Brothers would normally sell. So Nintendo's gonna keep these parts popping off. So y'all
they like, look, we gotta make our profit. We gotta, you know,
it's
they gotta make their profit. So we're gonna see some Smash. Like, I'm not too worried about it, whether it's new or just, you know, a deluxe edition. It won't surprise me either way. Now, if they manage to make a new one in between this time and that time, that's kudos on them. I mean, maybe they just they kept the assets from the current one and just added on to what they have and decided instead of bringing it to the Wii U, they were obviously going to bring it to the Switch, which that makes sense too. So it's not out of the ballpark that they could have a new one, because that's just how Nintendo works. They always continuously working. But even if it is, it's not that big a deal. I plan on getting it. It sounds like we have Alex with us.
Yeah.
No, we do not. Somebody else coughing. Never mind.
I'm almost counting on it being correct or being true.
Yeah. I can believe it is how I'll go about it. I could believe this either way. So we'll see soon enough. So far there hasn't been any debunkings of it, so we'll see later on down the road what happens. So in other rumor mill news, we have rumors of Fortnite and Diablo 3 And my mouse just crapped out on me, so I can't read the article. Okay, here you go. It just said, "Nah, I'm done, fam." So Fortnite and Diablo 3 rumored to be coming to Nintendo Switch. I'm not really gonna read the article. Oh, let me see. Let me read a little bit of this just to kind of get a breeze. Nintendo has a hit on its hand with the Switch. In fact, the hybrid console managed to top the lifetime sales of the Wii U after just 10 months. Okay, so anyway, skip all that. So on Monday, sellers said that Diablo 3 is currently in the works for Nintendo's new console and should be out in early 2019. Blizzard supposedly wants to implement local multiplayer before shipping the game. And Diablo 3 launched on PC in 2012, was ported to PS 360, and then there's most notably some of the best multi-platform games have yet to be ported to the Switch. But this week, game journalist and frequent leaker Marcus Sellers claimed on Twitter that both Fortnite and Diablo 3 are Switch bound. So if this is true and Blizzard is bringing over Diablo, they're trying to test the waters, maybe to bring over Overwatch. And quite frankly, Diablo is dead. Nobody really plays it like that.
I don't think people really care about Diablo on consoles.
They don't. They would rather have Overwatch, and I think that's a misstep on their part.
Like Diablo's been on consoles before, and like people, like there's been a relative amount of people that have cared about Diablo on consoles, but for the most part, it's kind of one of those things that people talk about, and then it'll like phase out. You know,
it goes away.
Yeah, I don't know, man, but I will never say no to games. You know what I'm saying?
Like, me either. I mean, it is what it is. For those people who enjoy the Diablo 3 franchise, kudos to them if it is a thing. But I would have just rather maybe Overwatch would just seem like a better deal. But at the same time, Fortnite is a good fit.
Now, Fortnite, yes.
Fortnite is a good fit. I agree with that. And if it is coming over, cool. Yeah. That's all I can say. That's cool. That's what's up.
That's what's up.
That's what's up. I ain't gonna down that. So we'll see. I mean, it doesn't seem like it's a game that's super heavy for the Switch, and I mean they're constantly always adding it and updating it. So I don't know. We'll have to see in the future, see how they implement that, because we still don't have our online service. So
there you go.
That's just my concern right there.
There you go. Okay, so let's talk about this real quick. Okay, so I play Fortnite on PC. Very fun game. I'm trash at these type of games because the amount of people, I'm always going to be at the bottom of the barrel no matter what. Because there's so many people playing this game.
They're just so good.
But even though I'm trash, it's still a very fun game. And considering that this game is very light with the polygons of the characters and the environments, because it is so colorful, and it's a little bit more of an arcadey style in comparison to the juggernaut that is PUBG. I think that this game would fit Nintendo. I mean, Nintendo community right now goes super hard for Rocket League. We going hard for Splatoon right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, we go hard for games that are fun and poppy and colorful. And Fortnite is exactly this. Okay? But like you were saying, what about that online though? Because if Nintendo doesn't have that online setup,
it's not gonna work.
And it be effective, and it allows you to do things that you should be able to do. This is gonna be not so good on the Switch because of that reason. Because you have to have a good online infrastructure for a game like Fortnite to be fun and to not be frustrating for users. Right. You know what I mean? So that's my
biggest gripes with most of these online games, because we don't have the online detailed out. We don't have any details on it, and all these games are talking about online, and I'm just like, what do y'all know that we don't know?
Exactly.
That would be bringing these games over.
I can see it because the Nintendo Switch has Unreal Engine 4 native support. Fortnite is obviously an Unreal Engine 4 game. Yeah. So it's not like it would take a whole lot to bring it over on a game.
No, of course not, because, the Switch uses Unreal Engine.
Yes, it's just that online.
Yeah, it's just online is my concern. What do y'all know that we don't? Because they know something. Because if it's a rumor and let's just say it became a thing, a fact later on, well, they obviously know what's going on with the online. Exactly. And for companies like Epic to possibly bring over a Fortnite or anything similar, that's a good thing. Yeah, it means the online might be stable. Who knows?
Exactly. And like Miss K saying right now in the chat, she said, "How the heck are we gonna play Payday 2 without voice chat on the Switch?" And it's the same thing for even with Nintendo's own games
it's
like
just,
Mario Kart and Splatoon.
All these games,
they gotta fix this. They gotta fix this.
I hope they got the message loud and clear last time when we all were like, no.
Yes. We cannot go another generation where Nintendo has Contrite Online. We cannot do that.
Cannot. And as much as I would love to support them, I ain't doing it blindly this year. Y'all better have them bare minimum.
There you go. And it is what it is.
Because if I'm paying for online, I'm paying for that. I'm paying for the stuff that everybody else already got. Yeah. And you telling me that I gotta pay more to get it? No, I'm good.
And here's the thing with the online. This is just a slight aside. I don't want to take too much time away from the schedule. People are like, oh well, it's only $20 a year. Okay, $20 is still $20 more than free. It needs to work. It needs to be user friendly, and it needs to be something that anybody could use, and it'd be an enjoyable experience. And that's it. That's it. Point blank.
If it ain't following the bare minimums, then I would have just rather y'all just went free again. Cause why am I paying $20 for some stuff that I get on the Wii U for free anyway?
Exactly.
So. But anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and move on from that, and we're gonna talk about a little bit of the sales in January. We kind of didn't get a chance to go over it in the NPD. So so January 2018 NPD, Switch sells the most hardware units, which is a good thing. Switch sold the most units in the United States out of all hardware platforms last month, according to the NPD group. PlayStation 4 was the top system in terms of dollar sales, but only 3% separated Switch, PS4, and Xbox One. Overall, the gaming industry experienced a very strong month in January. Hardware dollar sales of $278 million is the highest level achieved since the $323 million sold in January 2011. NPD analysis Matt confirms. Over 1 million units of hardware sold in January 2018, also the highest tally since January 2011. So that's good. That's growth in the industry. I like to hear it.
One thing that I don't understand, but I'm not complaining because it's a good thing. One thing that I don't understand is how is the Nintendo Switch the #1 selling console from January with no games? Like, what the freak?
This is how I look at it. I look at it as these are the late bloomers that finally finished out the year, who said they were going to wait a year to see what happened, see what comes come May, and probably that's them. They probably now they're getting their Switches, they're picking up all their other games and systems and all this. So I think that's what that is. It's the late, and plus it's tax season.
Money. Season, Christmas
it's tax
money.
Season, so
people balling out right now. So
they're balling right now. They're like, hey, I didn't get that Switch back in the day, fam. It's time to pick up.
I know some of my kiddos are telling me like, man, I got money for Christmas and I'm gonna get a Nintendo Switch, and I'm like, word. So that's probably what it is, man. That's funny.
All right,
that's crazy, yo.
That's what I'm saying. So that's how I see it. It's probably that. But that's good. You know, industry growing, people getting money. Positive news. The homegirl Nia and Coupon, what's happening? How you doing, Matt Pipes? He up in the chat, just saying hello. Shout out to Matt. Shout out to Arafan Ali, Muhammad Alavi, Cloudy Mind Game, Jerry Todd, Miss K, all y'all. Thanks for coming through.
All the boos are coming through. Yes.
All the boos. Yes. We got all the boos. So they blessed the stream right now.
Yes, they're blessing the stream.
So we're going to move on to the next old news topic. I'll let you guys know. We got one more topic after this, and then we'll get to more current news.
Current, yes.
Yeah. So Nintendo has emailed creators, program members about YouTube's new partner requirement changes. So if you're a content creator and you have and Nintendo is part of your, you have Nintendo content, you sign up to Nintendo's program, they may have sent you an email, of the following stuff. So if you are part of Nintendo's YouTube Creators Program, then you probably saw a new email in your inbox. Last month, YouTube made changes to the criteria you need to meet to be a YouTube partner. Well, Nintendo has emailed their Creators Program members in regards to the impact these changes will have to Nintendo's program. Here's what the email says. Thank you for using the Nintendo Creators Program. In January, changes were made to the YouTube service. This email will explain how this will impact the Nintendo Creators Program. As YouTube informed the creators, the YouTube Partners Program requirements were changed. New channels require 4,000 hours of watch time within the past 12 months and 1,000 subscribers in order to be eligible for monetization. It was also announced that for existing channels, the same requirements will be applied for February 20th, 2018. After February 20th, channels that do not reach the requirements will no longer be able to earn money on YouTube. The Nintendo Creators Program requires agreement to and participation in the YouTube Partner Program. So if channels do not meet the above eligibility requirements, they will not be able to monetize on the Nintendo Creators Program for this. So yeah, so essentially, basically, if you were part of the Nintendo Creators Program, which I don't know why you would be, you're also going to get cut off too. So you probably already got your email if you already, so that's unfortunate. But yeah, I guess.
Even though the Nintendo Creators Program is straight garbage, and
it's straight garbage.
Sign up for that. Even though my channel is predominantly a Nintendo channel, I just from jump into garbage, so I didn't sign up for that.
Me either. I wasn't worried about that.
Yeah, so even though the Nintendo Creators Program is garbage, I really wouldn't be surprised if YouTube pretty much strongholds other MCNs to doing the same thing. One thing that I've noticed with YouTube in the last couple of years or so is that they're really trying to get the garbage off of YouTube, and some of that does have a negative effect on small channels.
Yeah, along with it, they're getting rid of really good content creators too.
Exactly, and I feel like it's gonna become one of those situations where if you don't meet these requirements, you cannot become a partner in one form or fashion. Because back in the day, I remember somebody
do just about anything.
Well, I'm not gonna really say that, but I remember back in the day when YouTube was still kind of fresh and it was in its prime and hitting its peak. You couldn't just apply for a partnership. Like MCNs have to actually come to you and seek you out as new talent for their programs. So I think that what's going on. Sorry about the music, guys. So I think what's going on right now is that they're somewhat trying to go back to that, to where it's not as easy to become partnered. It's not as easy to have an untouched channel, because for a long time having a partnership meant that your channel could not be touched. Your channel was basically pristine. If there were any blemishes on your channel, your MCN would come through and they would become your representative and they would fight on your behalf. It doesn't really feel like that so much these days, to be honest, especially
it hasn't been like that for a while.
Let me tell you, I ain't felt protected in a long time from my MCN, to be honest with you. So I think this is something that's just gonna be like that across the board, and it's like, what do you do unless YouTube?
You want to know what's even funny? You want to know what's real funny? I used to usually get like almost every other week. I would get like MCN trying to hit me up, and now I don't even see those things no more. I'm like, oh, y'all ain't tricking me into your garbage ass programs, trying to rip me off of my money. I'll tell you this: if I pop off on YouTube, I probably will never sign up to their partnership program, because you ain't getting a fucking dime, and all the money I get is going to be from either Patreon or anybody who wants to donate to me, and that is it. That is all. I don't need that crap. Like, I just don't want the BS that comes with all the monetization and all that. You have to label yourself and product, all that.
Like,
it's too much. It's too much.
MCNs are starting to support, not even support, but I'll say it like this: MCNs these days are starting to support their creators in the same way that YouTube is supporting their creators, which is pretty much not really.
Not at all.
Unless you have a certain subscriber count and you get a certain amount of views.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They don't, like, they just don't care. Yeah. They don't care. As long as they're getting paid by their top dollar content creators, they don't care about the little guy.
Matthew, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Matthew, the reason why people sign up for MCNs is because, like I said, in the past, if you signed up for an MCN, it's pretty much like if you're a music artist, right? You're a music artist, you go from independent to being signed by, I don't know, Columbia Records. It's a protection that comes with being a part of a label or being a part of an organization, and that's the reason why people do it. But
it's mostly protection, yeah.
Mostly. But these days, it's feeling like more and more and more that protection is fleeting. And it's probably, like I said, it's probably not going to stop in the Nintendo Creators Program. And a lot of MCNs are probably going to do the same thing.
Yep.
So, hey, it is what it is, I guess, but it's crazy. YouTube is just doing too much. Like, I understand, but I don't understand. Like I feel like, go ahead.
They're just, the thing is that when in the contents of, they didn't put in the requirements needed, like the safeguards for their whole user interface for everybody early on.
Yeah.
They waited until they got, bit in the ass with all these dumb YouTube creators doing stupid crap, with all the fucking all the stuff dealing with the apocalypse, the adpocalypse, and all that stuff. They waited until something came to their doorstep before they acted on it, as opposed to being proactive and putting in some safeguards early on, letting people know, hey, we're changing YouTube, and as we change YouTube, you guys have to change with us. We're not trying to do anything to, they still could have had like a minor, like a little content creator program for like smaller content creators to help them get bigger, but they won't get paid. Sorry, we're not going to pay you, but we can help you to grow type of content creator programs. And then once they get to a certain level, it's like, hey, now you can join our program. You got all the tools. You used all the tools we gave you to get to where you need to be. Would you like to join the content creator content or whatever, stuff like that.
But you know what? And you say that, but one of the biggest flaws with YouTube is YouTube has become so large and so corporate.
They can't keep track of everybody.
This giant entity that, one, yes, they can keep track of everyone. Two, there aren't any real human beings who could actually come and monitor and see if somebody has quality
everything's
content,
automated,
or if somebody doesn't have quality content. And that's
it's automated, and it's all dealing with algorithms and computers and AIs, and I'm sorry, those things ain't got no heart. They don't know how to differentiate between actual stuff and stuff that, it's just a whole convoluted mess. But anyway, we went on that one for a minute,
but all day.
Right?
For real.
So we're gonna move on to our last topic in the old news category, and that's dealing with Nintendo being accused of illegally denying refunds on pre-orders in Europe. Y'all doing the most.
Oh,
so Nintendo has been accused of breaking European law by not allowing consumers to obtain refunds on pre-ordered games. The company been singled out as the worst offender of 7 major digital video game platforms that were looked at by the Norwegian Consumer Council in this investigation. Though it only praises 2 platforms, Origin and Steam, for having what it describes as adequate systems for refunding purchased video games, the council has written on Nintendo setting out its concerns. In the letter, it flags up a term on Nintendo's eShop regarding its cancellation policy for digital purchases, where it informs consumers that all sales are final and warns them to check that their systems meet download requirements prior to purchase. The council argues that a pre-ordered game cannot qualify for an exemption to Europe's Consumer Rights Directive for digital content because the supply of content has not yet begun. Directive is applicable across EA and EEA countries such as Norway. In a press release about its actions, the console writes, Nintendo plainly states that all purchases are final. According to the right of withdrawal laid down in the Consumer Rights Directive, such terms are illegal. The video game industry uses incentives such as exclusive in-game content or other rewards in order to encourage consumers to pre-order games. However, pre-ordering could result in paying a lot of money for a product that turns out to be a disappointment. With most digital video game platforms, there are no possibilities to get your money back after the release date, it adds. At the time of writing, Nintendo had no response to a request for comment. Lots of other video game platforms do not come out of the console survey covered in glory either. So there's a little bit more there, but we're not going to go into that. But for the most part, what the hell? I thought that... what? That's kind of...
That's kind of messed up.
That's messed up because you didn't get the product yet. So if I cancel the pre-order before the product is supposed to be given to me or downloaded, I should get my money back. Period. Point blank. There is no questions about that. So
yeah, that's messed up. But at the same time, I don't feel bad for you because they get out of limited editions.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
That's your payback for not buying things and still getting special treatment.
I mean, they get a whole bunch of stuff, like all the special editions in the world. But for on a real note though, like if I pre-order something on the eShop and then, you know, let's say there's some reviews that come out and say it's not that great, and I want to cancel it a couple days before it releases, I should be able to.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell?
And you said they said it's for digital games, right? So if
this is for the digital. So like if you pre-order a digital game, the sale is final. You cannot cancel it.
Yeah. That's messed up, man. That's messed up. They need to offer refunds. Like Steam is doing it. Now Xbox is doing it. I don't think PlayStation has jumped on the train yet. They need to do it too, man.
I think they have recently. I think. Okay. Don't quote me on that. I have to look it up. They might have.
I haven't heard if they had some kind of refunding system like Steam does, but
I just don't buy digital. Certain games digital.
Yeah.
But like with Steam, don't they have it like you have an hour with the game before you can refund your digital purchase or something like that afterwards?
I'm sorry?
Don't they have for like on Steam, like if you get a game you have an hour to get a refund if you don't like it or something like that?
Yeah, there's a time limit, but I don't know what exactly that is.
Yeah, something like that. Where you have to play a certain amount of time, and once that time limit's up, you can't you either get a refund prior to it or some shit. But
yeah. He said that Nintendo gave him a refund on 2K.
On 2K, yeah. Was it physical or digital?
America. I don't really know what their rules and their laws are over in Europe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Huh.
That's messed up.
Are those digital refunds or physical?
Yeah.
Because physical is fine. It was digital?
But then again, you guys are in North America.
You're in North America. This is in Europe. I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe it's different.
Completely different. There.
I don't know why they got it set up like that. If they got it like that and they're letting us in North America get refunds, then yeah, this is illegal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know.
For sure.
I don't know. So anyway, well, I guess they'll figure that out. I guess. So current news. Let me open up my topics real quick.
Lost Child. The Lost Child Guard Wars.
Yeah, I got them. I just had to, I didn't have them all open because so many windows and stuff. That's all. I just got them right here. Oh my god. Open up. Alright.
You want me to go for it or no?
Oh no, I got it. I just, was just kind of opening that up. Okay, here we go. So, damn it. My bad. I opened up the wrong one. Oh, it was supposed to be Lost Child. Okay, click on that. Lost Child. There we go. So, current news. We're doing just, games that are coming out for right now. So, the Lost Child God Wars, the Complete Legend, getting limited editions. So, this is from NIS America, announced 2 more games for the Switch this week. The Lost Child and God Wars, the Complete Legend are coming to the system this year with limited editions planned for each. So they're gonna have for the Lost Child limited edition, you're gonna have a Nintendo Switch. You're gonna have the game itself, the official soundtrack, hardcover art book, and collector's box. And for God Wars, the Complete Legend, you'll be getting God Wars, the Complete Legend for Nintendo Switch, the Mizuho Melody soundtrack, hardcover art book, and collector's box. The pricing for these 2 limited editions are set at $54.99 and $59.99 respectively. And you can pre-order them from the NIS America store.
Yeah.
So if you're interested for some weeaboo stuff, you may purchase them.
Yeah, it's cool that
they look nice. They look nice.
Edition. That's pretty tight.
I never heard of these games though.
Me neither.
So anybody enlighten me? Let me know. No, we're gonna move on to the next. Outlast 2 launches March 27th for the Switch. And there was a stealth release, right, for the first one.
Yes. Yet, like, what, yesterday there was a stealth release. Like,
yeah,
Outlast appeared on the eShop out of nowhere.
That thing is slithered the hell in there. I'm like, what is this? It just I'm here.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That
but
was
apparently
so crazy.
It's a decent port. So, I mean, hey, it is what it is.
It is what it is. So, Outlast was added to the Switch eShop today. And its sequel, Outlast 2, isn't too far behind. The European and Australian eShop now have a listing that shows a release date of March 27th. Expected on the same day in North America. It's $26.99, whatever that is, pounds or something, and it'll take up 9.6 gigabytes of space. So get your cards ready. Get your cards ready. Damn, my mouse is acting stupid today, like straight up. Hold on one sec. Booyakasha. Is he here? He's here. Alex is here.
Oh my gosh, he lives.
Well, go ahead and introduce yourself, Mr. Man. I'm going to go ahead and open the rest of these topics.
Well, what's going on, everyone? I'm late. I don't know what we're talking about, because I was playing with Labo. I found it in a dumpster behind. I saw a bunch of cardboard, and I had my Switch, so I thought I'd play with some Labo. That's why I'm late.
A wild Alex appears.
Oh my god, a wild Alex appears. So, what you been gaming on lately?
I've been playing the shit out of Bayonetta 2. I beat it twice already on the Switch, and now I'm playing through Bayonetta 1. And I recently beat, what the hell is it called? Shadow the Colossus.
That's what's up.
Yeah, after Bayonetta 1, I might go to Nier Automata, or I might try something new. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Cool. Okay, well, let me get you up to date. We just went over the old news. We're now getting into the actual current news, so you didn't really miss much of anything.
Excellent.
Inside the Team Red chat section, we are actually just getting started on the game called Peter Molyneux, the Trial Frontier Challenge launch.
Peter Molyneux.
Yeah, well, that's the Fable guy.
Yeah, that guy. Dude. So we're about to talk about that, and then
this game gets 2 thumbs down.
And then and then everything from there.
It gets 3 thumbs down from his name alone.
What?
I think it's interesting how he put his name on the game. Like, that's wild.
His name is a detraction from the game.
Who is this guy again? I'm confused.
He's the guy that made the Fable games that lied and said you could do all this crazy shit.
Oh, well, we're skipping this topic. Moving on to the next bridge.
Oh, man.
I'm not even playing.
This dude is a con artist.
Is anybody interested in his game?
Charlatan.
What is this name called? What is this game? Peter Molyneux.
Peter Molyneux's The Trail Frontier Challenge launches next month on the Switch.
Can you please calm down with that name?
You can do anything in this game, just like in Fable.
That's what he says? You can do anything? Oh yeah, there's a lot in here. Okay, I didn't know it was him. I would have clicked this right on it. No, click off. Bridge Constructor. Bridge Constructor.
Wait a minute, Bridge Constructor or Bitch Constructor? Because it sounded like you said the last.
I said Bridge Constructor Portal, but hey, if that's what you... Bridge Constructor Portal now available on the Nintendo Switch. Was this on the eShop or something?
It's up now, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it came out today.
It came out today. Oh. Here is
so
Heads Up Games have
Portal, but like with bridges.
With bridges.
Yeah, I remember seeing a trailer for this. It's actually quite interesting.
It's fairly interesting. Yeah, I saw it. I was like, what the heck?
So I'm just gonna read a little. They thought it was gonna be a new portal.
The actual portal.
Yeah.
You know that Valve ain't making no new game.
Valve ain't making no damn.
They make too much money to worry about making.
Valve is not making a new game.
They're never making a new game. Like, we're never gonna see another. Yeah, y'all just need to get over it. These live services is where they money is at.
We're never gonna see another Half-Life. We're never gonna see
until y'all stop buying these little live service games. They not gonna put no money down to make your new games. I'm just saying it how it is. But yeah, so this game is out. If anybody is interested, go check it out. Apparently, Splatoon 2 update has had an update recently, and it has version 2.3.0.
Oh.
So full patch notes are in. So changes to multiplayer made it more difficult for an issue to occur in which the camera would enter the terrain and the screen would momentarily go blank if the player repeatedly jumped with a wall at their back.
That is random.
Okay.
Why did they do that? Okay, so it fixed it.
How are these people playing the game? Okay, so I guess it could be a bug, because I'm like, why is somebody just jumping on a wall? But okay.
People do stupid stuff in games, you know how it is. People want to find the bugs and stupid. So it fixed an issue in which the player would slow down for a moment when climbing some slopes while submerged. Yeah, that was an issue I had once. Fixed an issue in which when the sub-weapon becomes available while recharging ink while submerged, the animation displayed on the ink tank would momentarily be displayed in the center of the stage while the players. What?
What?
How did you let what? I guess your tube or whatever would just be sitting in the middle of the screen for whatever reason. I know. So it fixed an issue in which when the player touched the barrier at the opponent's starting point, the player will be repelled. What is going on? What was wrong with this game? That y'all got all these
updates.
I'm looking at this. I'm not reading all this.
This is a lot.
This is a lot. Okay, I'm not reading all this. I just happened to look at it. So there was a change to rank. I'll read this. It fixed an issue in rank battle in which if there was a difference in a number of players from before a match began, it would not be judged as an unfair match. Okay. Oh, changes to Salmon Run, y'all. Hold up.
Hey, that's what
made it so that hazard level max is displayed when starting a job if the stage hazard level is at the maximum level. In online Salmon Run, the title and rank of the crew affect the stage hazard level. Apparently there's a whole bunch of
and rank of the crew affect the stage hazard.
There's a lot of stuff that was wrong with this
I didn't
mode
realize
too.
there's this much shit wrong with the game.
Okay, so maybe they'll leave a link to this in the comments below so y'all can read this crap.
There's a lot of updates coming to Splatoon, guys, just so you know.
Wow.
Lots of stuff. But yeah, there's a lot of updates. They changed. They fixed
this used to happen all the time with those stupid fly fish. When you throw a splat bomb and it would do no damage.
Yeah, sometimes
they fixed it finally.
I could have sworn I put a bomb on this thing.
Yeah.
Okay,
so that was a bug.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
All right, well, issue which a player jumped when a Moz attack and the attack would not do any damage. Okay.
That's never happened to me. It always does damage to me.
Why would they fix that?
I know, right?
Like, we don't want that fixed.
I want to be able to jump above the mob.
Working as intended.
Okay. Fixed the rare issue when a steel eel was defeated, the torso hit detection would remain in that spot. I never had that happen.
It said fixed an issue which small fry would remain in the next wave after clearing a griller event.
I've never seen that.
Fixed the issue when a fly fish would go into the terrain when difficulty was high.
I don't.
Okay, whatever.
Okay. And when working in a crew with a friend in which, despite both friends having the same title, the player would be treated as having supported a player with a lower title, therefore not raising the player's ranking
that's messed
down.
up.
That's pretty messed up.
That's screwed.
Oh man.
Well, that's cool. Maybe we
Alright, well, there's a lot of good changes here. I'm not reading all that. Just entirely too much. I didn't know it was that much wrong.
Y'all go read it.
Yeah, I didn't know that much was wrong. So, more fun news though. Let's get to the fun news. So, the first building has gone up for Super Nintendo World as construction continues. Super Nintendo World is going to be a long-term project for Nintendo and Universal. Originally announced in 2015, the theme park is planned to be ready for 2020 Olympics in Tokyo. While it may not show much, the first building for Super Nintendo World has gone up at Universal Studios Japan. Currently, the entrance to the area is being worked. You can see a couple of photos below, as well as a closer look at constructions in the attached video.
Oh, it's not even painted or nothing yet. It's just a foundation.
Yeah, it's just a foundation, but it's starting. At least there's some starting. Some stuff starting.
Even still, I'm excited.
It got me excited. Both stuff.
Basically, the first construction site.
Yeah.
It's got me excited.
So it's like officially going.
It's officially been erected.
Me and Nick are gonna go there on opening day and run in there holding hands.
But when are they gonna start the construction in America? That's what I want to know.
Okay, so here's the deal. Me and you we need to save up money for our travel to Japan. We need to save up money for a hotel, and we need to save up money so we can go here. Yes. This is our goal right now, here, right now.
Yes.
So this is what we're doing. We're going to Japan. I gotta get my
Nintendo World.
We're going.
Plan to be ready for the 2020
Olympics.
It
says 2020 Olympics.
Cow, that's gonna be super popular then.
Yes.
So that's the thing. So we gotta get our hotel like now.
I'm still mad that they didn't get Pikachu to be the Olympic mascot. They got some dumb, stupid ass fox.
Wait, what? Fox?
They announced the Japanese Olympics mascot. It's not Pikachu. It's not a Pokemon. It's some dumb fox.
It's not even Fox McCloud?
No, it's just a fox, like a
A
made-up
fox.
fox. Yeah.
This is a fox.
That's what I was asking. I'm like, it's not even Fox McCloud? You couldn't even give us that?
No, you would need motion controls for that.
Right? He said you need motion controls. Okay, hold on.
I want my theme park, goddammit.
I know, right? So,
Whoa.
our next topic. Nintendo quickly yanks Switch customer reviews feature from its website. Apparently, I know, right? Apparently, last week we reported that Nintendo had added in option for Switch owners to review games on its website. Players who tried.
I gave Fire Emblem Warriors a 0 and I did it.
Did you do that for real when it was up?
Right.
Of course I did.
Oh, that's amazing.
So, players who tried out titles for 2 hours or more could leave feedback with a rating, their own comments, and more. Unfortunately, this feature has already been removed.
My bad.
I know, like, what? And without much of a reason,
man.
visit any of the Switch game pages and you'll be visited with the following message. Customer reviews have been taken offline as we evaluate this feature and its functionality. We currently have no estimated date on when an update will be provided. We appreciate the positive response and thank the reviewers who provided such thoughtful commentary on games.
My
maybe
commentary
they're
was
trying to
amazing.
fix it.
My commentary was amazing. It's shit like, fuck this waifu dog shit, give us a real Fire Emblem. And just stuff like that.
So they have
to
actual
allow us to do comments. Like, just let us do stars.
Just like star rank.
like a star rating or
Yeah,
something. I don't know. Maybe they're fixing the star rating, but they do.
The 3DS lets you put stars. I think, if I'm not
Right?
mistaken. I don't know. I don't remember. It's been a long
But
time
there
since
is
I played the
reports
game.
that say that Nintendo, they have an explanation as to why they removed the reviews from the eShop, and this is what they had to say. Nintendo.com recently offered a trial customer review feature to let users share feedback about Nintendo Switch games on our website. The response has been positive, and Nintendo appreciates the time and effort that reviewers put into their thoughtful commentary on the games. Alex, Nintendo has removed this feature as we evaluate the future of the ratings functionality on Nintendo.com because Alex is an asshole. We have no estimate on when an update will be provided on the status of this initiative, but we appreciate the enthusiasm shown for the trial, Alex, and we need to make sure that we make it so that people like Alex can't put in the real truth.
I gotta tell the truth because the
That's what
Nintendo
I'm saying.
skills out here are gonna lie to you and tell you everything.
And that's exactly what they're doing. They're just trying to fix it so the shields can continue lying, and the rest of us will just be like, well, hey, you keep shilling, I'm moving on. Moving on.
Speaking of shilling,
Uh-oh.
Payday 2 looks like shit, runs like shit on the
does it
Nintendo
now?
Switch. I've watched a video on Digital Foundry today. That game drops down to 15 FPS.
Does it now? Oh,
That
wow.
is a bad port. They did a bad job. They're charging $50, and it doesn't even come with all the content that's available on the other versions. That game gets 2 thumbs down.
Oh man,
That game
that's
can.
trash.
I don't think anybody was looking for that game, but those were. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
For those of you who were, I'm sorry. But the
I don't
rest
really
of us
think
just
too many
weren't.
People were really looking for
Not too many of us was
We
given
still
too
have
much.
to let the people know, though.
Yeah, you still gotta let them know, and I appreciate that. But I'm just saying, it's just. I'm sorry.
I didn't really hear anybody talking about it when it was announced,
Not really.
You know?
I don't know. A couple of the shells that I watch were saying it's great.
Well, that's because you pay attention.
Well,
to
those
fanboys.
are
It's about,
shills.
Like, real people, like
Yeah,
actual
like-
people.
I'm
Like,
talking about my YouTube shells.
That's what I'm talking about. You pay
I'm
attention.
saying, we
You pay
talking about
attention.
actual people that give a damn about gaming.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about that.
It's a damn. I was looking to play that old game. Switch was my only option. No.
Yeah, Payday 2, like, I thought that since they delayed the game, it would actually be a decent port, but, like, it doesn't seem to be.
That's
all.
crazy.
Who's the
that
people
it
that
dips
ported it
that
over?
crazy,
Ugh.
like low though, like 15.
15 frames per
that's
second
wild.
when you throw a grenade.
That's even worse.
That's bad. That's really bad.
That's
When
crazy.
your frames is shaking more than.
Yeah,
Shake-
like I
shake
can, even though it's not preferred, I can deal with a game that's 30 as long as it's consistent. But if it
Yeah, as
drops
long
to
as it's because
15,
the Xbox One and the PS4 versions are 30.
yeah,
Like
If it drops to
if
15,
like I don't know, man,
it's
down to 15 is too jarring. That's ridiculous.
yeah, like it's too big of a drop. me.
Like if we're talking like 30 down to like 27 or some shit like that, that's
like
not
it's
a big
Okay, we got a shill in our
28,
freaking comment section right
29
now.
range, then okay. But if it's dropping to 15, like that's a problem.
That's pretty bad, man.
You can't. That's not okay.
Yeah, that game needs to drop down to $30. They need to drop the resolution because for some reason they have the resolution at 900. They need to drop that down to 720
so they can
put
keep
some
that
dynamic
steady.
feeling on that bitch.
Something.
Yeah, man. I can deal with an ugly game, but it can't be dropping frames. Like I
just look at Rocket League. We praise Rocket League for making that game ugly.
But it's smooth.
It's ugly as hell, but they prioritize frame rate and gameplay. That's why we praise them for it.
Yes.
But this game, nah, man. 2 thumbs down. Too expensive.
Absolutely
not enough content. And the frame rate is all over the place. Plus, it's ugly. So it's got all 4 things are wrong.
You can't be ugly and then run like trash.
You can't be both ugly and run poorly. Like, come on, man. Terrible.
That's messed up.
They should take some notes from Doom, because Doom is definitely a more demanding game than fucking Payday.
That's absolutely
right. And somehow they made that work. But you know,
with Payday,
not impressed.
With Payday, you're not playing against people. You're doing heist missions co-op with another individual. So like everything that you're doing is like it's already like rendered, and it's like there's really no like reason for
basically predetermined.
Yes, like
yeah,
that's wild, bro.
I'm not impressed, man. Again, if it was never delayed, I would have been like, okay, whatever. But this shit was delayed for months,
right?
Yeah.
And it's still like they might as well have delayed it even further. Then they would have had more time to fix the game.
Yeah, they gotta do better, man. They gotta do better.
Not good, man. Not good. And I don't think it's even in the top 15 eShop, right? So that goes to show you.
Hopefully not.
Nobody was checking for it.
Nobody was checking for this. Like when they made the announcement, people are like, "For this."
Yeah, like it was announced. People were like, "Okay."
They're like, all right.
I mean, so I'm never opposed to having more options, but like nobody was checking for this.
Man, I really hope Panic Button they do a good job with Wolfenstein 2, because that is going to be more demanding than Doom and Payday, definitely.
For sure. Maybe they've learned a lot from their Doom port.
I think so. I'm hoping so.
Yeah. So because you know usually that's how it is. Like when you learn a little bit more, you're working a little bit more, then you're able to get a lot more comfortable out of the hardware. Yeah.
Well, they just recently they updated Doom too. Now it has motion controls.
Yeah.
And they improved they improved the game a little bit too visually, so that's good.
I actually want to try the motion. I'm actually one of the few people who like motion, so I'll check it out.
I try motion if it's
it's not as responsive as like Splatoon motion control.
Oh, okay.
So you've tried it? You've tried it?
I was watching Terminator's video, like he was streaming how it works.
Yeah.
Like up and down is like responsive, but left and right is not.
Okay. Can you change the sensitivity of the motion though, like you can with Splatoon?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll try because my boyfriend has the game, so I'll check it out and see, you know, if it's more responsive. But can I say this before we delve into our main topics? Because we're about to delve into our main topic. Can I give a shout out to the 32 people watching right now?
That's what I'm talking about. That like, wow, I only see 12 likes.
Blessing us with the 32 views. We got Cloudy Mine in here. We got Muhammad in here. We got Unforgiven, Tony Kaname Kyoran. We've got Fly from the Inside. We've got Arfan Ali. We've got M Prime up in here, y'all. We got everybody in here. They came through. That's what's up. We appreciate each and every one of you guys. Make sure that you guys are giving this a thumbs up because we have 32 people watching, but we only have 14 thumbs up. Is that true, Muhammad?
Did OJ block you because you were talking bad about Payday?
But we only have 14 thumbs up, so y'all go ahead and get those thumbs up because our likes need to match our views, guys. They need to match. All right, so go ahead, Coupon.
Alrighty, so as we all know, this is not just Nintendo related. Industry-wide related, considering the ESRB are just retarded and just, oh boy, so their fuckery is loose and we need to see why. So the ESRB defends fun loot boxes as it starts labeling all in-game purchases. Oh, here we go. The Entertainment Software Rating Board, ESRB, today announced that all physical boxed games that contain in-game purchases will include a label notifying purchasers of the fact in the near future. The new program expands on a similar digital purchases label that already appears alongside the rating for exclusively downloadable games that appear on some digital storefronts. The in-game purchases label will appear on the box right by the game's letter rating nearby, but separate from existing content descriptors such as intense violent, nudity, strong sexual content. The label will be applied evenly to all games and include any additional content to be purchased, including bonus level skins, support, surprise items such as item packs, loot boxes, mystery awards, music, virtual coins, and other forms of in-game currency, subscriptions, season passes, and upgrades. The ESRB said in a press release. The ESRB's move comes as multiple state legislatures have begun looking into regulation of the randomized in-game purchase known as loot boxes. Earlier this month, Senator Maggie Hassan sent an open letter to the ESRB to examine whether games with loot boxes are being marketed in an ethical and a transparent way that adequately protects the developing minds of young children from predatory practices. Hassan said at the time that Federal Trade Commission's action may be necessary if the game industry does not take steps on this issue. Despite this, the new in-game purchase label doesn't differentiate between those kinds of loot boxes and other kinds of downloadable content. That's in part because a large majority of parents don't know what a loot box is. The ESRB President Patricia Vance told ARS in a recent conference call citing ESRB consumer research on the matter. And yeah, so let's see. So she also says parents need simple information. Oh, or actually I'm going to go up at the top here. So even when parents are told what a loot box is, she added, we found the primary concern by far is children spending money. Thus, Vance said, it's very important for us not to harp on loot boxes per se, the fuck, but make sure we're capturing loot boxes, but also other types of purchases. To this end, a newly launched ESRB website at parentaltools.org is intended to help explain the rating system. It's actual trash. I just looked at it. Parents need simple information, Vance continues. We can't overwhelm them with a lot of detail. We need to be clear, concise. You don't want to overwhelm them with detail, but you want to be clear and concise. Okay. Yeah. And make it easy for them. We have not found that parents are differentiating between a lot of these different mechanics. Vance also noted that the ESRB research found 9 out of 10 parents require children to have permission before making any in-game purchase, suggesting that a general warning would help the vast majority of the parents out there. So there's more going on in this article that I'll probably bring up over our discussion. For the most part, the ESRB has also, in the update, the ESRB has also offered a lengthy written response to the specific concerns of Senator Hassan, and what is noted as, we believe that the combination of upfront disclosure about the availability of in-game purchases combined with active parental controls is a quick and effective way to address the concerns you have raised. That is their quote. So, how you guys feel about them rating in-game purchases as a broad paintbrush across everything, as opposed to actually letting parents know about loot boxes?
That's technically something that's already happening in game stores, though. It's like when you go to Steam and you see that there's a game on Steam that has loot boxes or any kind of microtransactions, that even if it's RNG or not, the generic label is in-game purchases. It's the same thing in the cell phone storefront. So I'm not really seeing how this is different than what's already happening. I will say this though, because these publishers are becoming more predatory in the way that they address loot boxes and the way that they address microtransactions, where it's becoming more randomized versus you being able to choose and pay for the items that you want.
Yeah.
They really do. I think it's time for us to really start determining whether or not this needs to go to a higher power like the government or some type of legislature. Because technically the ESRB is not wrong, because it's an in-game purchase. It is what it is, and it's been that way on every storefront ever, and it's been like that for a while. So, it's always been a thing. But until it becomes law, you can't really say gambling on the box until it becomes law. But I think that's something that the ESRB should be looking into. I'm not saying that they shouldn't look into it.
That's the thing, though. Like, with this labeling, they're doing it. They don't want people to look into the whole loot box as gambling controversy. They don't want legislature to just be like, oh, well, loot boxes is gambling. We're gonna slap that A for adult label on it, because they have a ESRB rating. It's called adults only. It's an A rating, and it's for 18 plus, and for the most part, which they should have. And basically, what will happen, being it adults only, is most retailers will not sell an adult only video game, and that's what they're afraid of. Because if you make it to where these games with the predatory practices and loot boxes and whatnot have the rating of adults only, it will essentially ban it from the market, from the industry altogether, because most retailers are not going to sell it. Most online digital sales retailers also won't sell it, because adults only is literally what they are not going to sell on the market, and that's why everything stops at M rating. If you hadn't noticed, we never see an adult rated game on the market ever. And that is why they're trying to keep it from that.
To be honest, I don't know any of it.
Yeah, we never seen one, and I'm just telling you that from my retail background, that they will not sell it. No store will sell an adult rated video game. And if loot boxes if loot boxes become the gambling norm, if they actually go behind it and say that it is gambling, they have to label it.
They have to make it adult. An M-rated game if it says gambling.
No, it has to be adult, because in their ESRB has adult as gambling. They have under their ratings board. Yeah, they have it on their website.
Oh, okay. Now
adult
that changes
is anything with gambling in it has to be rated A for adult only. Yeah. And that means they will not be able to sell that game on the market, because it will not be sold.
Okay.
That's what they're fighting against right now.
That makes more sense.
And that legislator from Hawaii, he's being reasonable. All he wants is he wants them to actually give us the odds of the loot boxes. And he wrote a bill to give us the odds for the loot boxes, and he wrote another bill that they can't sell those games to minors under 21, but he wasn't going to label it as gambling. They were going to put it under M rating.
Right.
They were going to let it be under the M rating for mature, but they are not allowed to sell it from to 21 and younger or whatever.
If they label it as M, they have to put it in the label and not to the side. It would have to be in the label. It would have to be in the label. What it would be this game has loot boxes, which is considered gambling, but you cannot sell to 21 and you have to sell for 21 and older. So what they were trying to do is let the adult only. They were gonna actually let that slide and give it to M, so it could still be sold on the market, but you have to let people know that you cannot sell it to. Yeah, it cannot be sold to 18 and plus. It has to be sold to 21 and plus. So that needs to be in the label too. 21 plus in-game purchases.
And the ESRB
about RNG or something like that.
Yeah, and the ESRB is just being bullheaded about it because they think that
the problem with the ESRB is they're in the pockets of
definitely. ESA,
that is also another thing. They are absolutely worried about their wallets.
They're bought out by the
they've already been purchased by companies like Ubisoft, by EA,
EA, all of them. They sent their lobbyists out
for these games as a service games.
Absolutely.
They want you to see that video? These loot boxes.
Yeah, did you guys see that video where the ESA they sent out their lobbyists to try and talk to the Chris Lee? He did I guess he did like a little thing. He was kind of trying to figure out from the ESA what they could do to regulate and for them to self-regulate. And the dude most of the time was just like, I can't answer that. When he asked them questions, and it's like, dude, you're not prepared. But yeah, they're bought out, you guys. Like the ESRB.
Basically, the company that's supposed to be in your best interest and make sure
it's the ESRB. It's supposed to be
their job is to make sure that games that are predatory and violent and whatnot get out of the hands of children.
Exactly.
But they're more concerned with making money off the companies that they're trying to sugarcoat loot boxes and just claim that it's just another in-game purchase. But it's not.
Yeah, it's a whole different ballgame.
They're using
psychological
psychological manipulation that they used in casinos.
They even use the same kind of sounds that slot machines use.
And the Skinner box theory and all that stuff.
They're not stupid. They know how to get people addicted to it because it's exactly like gambling.
Oh, here's another
thing. Digital currency.
Yeah, and there's people in the chat right now that are saying something along the lines of,
parents will buy it anyway.
What the rating is, the parents are going to buy it anyway.
That's fine.
And that's fine.
That's the parents' problem.
There you go. And that's fine, but at that point, the parent would be liable.
Yeah.
If there were let's just say some big huge thing happens, or there's this big gambling scandal in a game, then the parents would be liable, or who is owning the game would be liable.
But
if the ESRB is continuing this, and they're allowing themselves to sit in the pockets of all of these publishers that have these predatory practices, this is probably gonna come back at some point or another to bite them in the butt.
See, right now with the way that they don't have any particular regulation, if there's a big scandal dealing with a child or anybody, it doesn't even have to be a child. If there's a big scandal with the whole gambling thing, and I'm gonna just throw this out there, there's this thing called skins betting, and that's essentially with the CSGO, Dota, and PUBG, where they have rare drops of items. They take them to a website and they sell them for real world money, upwards of thousands of dollars. They have that right now, and these developers and publishers get a cut of that money. That is what the legislation doesn't know about, and they need to know about. I've actually written to a couple of legislators already about it and sent them some stuff about that and articles and things. But for the most part, they don't know about that, and that's the deeper side of this whole loot box controversy that they don't want to get to the public either, because there is gambling, the real definition gambling.
Yeah, that's legit gambling.
That's legit gambling right there. But what we
even
see with
the loot box in its
but even the regular ones, the regular ones are still gambling.
You have no idea what you're going to get.
You don't know the odds of what you're getting.
You don't know the odds.
You're paying for it.
You're just getting random things.
Yeah, it's just a game of chance, and that is what essentially gambling is. A game of chance.
That is not the same thing as buying DLC. That is not the same thing.
That's not the same thing as,
oh, I want to buy this helmet. It looks cool. Let me purchase it.
And I buy it straight out. It's not the same.
That is completely different. So how the ESRB can justify putting this all under one banner of in-game,
and then you got companies like CD Projekt Red being thrown under this umbrella when they give you free DLC and stuff like that. So it's so games going forward are going to have these labels, and there's going to be some games who aren't that don't have that kind of predatory practice. Nintendo doesn't always have it. They do, but not all the time.
So they're going to get in a perfect world, every game that has loot boxes should have, on cigarettes, they have a person with a cancerous lungs and shit right on the front of the box. It should be like that. It should be a guy, all heroined out, and he has no money, and it says, I had loot boxes, and that should be a sticker on the box, and that should be on every game. That would be in the perfect world.
Wow, I just saw this little thing. It says the rarest new PUBG items show up once every 80 years on average.
That's ridiculous.
That's crazy.
And if somebody gets that item in their inventory, they can sell it on the website for thousands of dollars. That's how rare those are.
Scarcity raises aftermarket value of ultra rare cosmetics. So it's just a cosmetic item?
Yeah, they're just cosmetics.
That's dumb.
And they sell them on these, they're skin betting.
They're selling them for $1,600.
Yeah.
Everything about PUBG is disgusting. Just a shit.
But so it's just basically all this is just a band-aid on a.
Yeah. It's not even a band-aid. They're trying to pull it on. They're trying to hide it.
They're literally trying to sweep it all under the rug.
Just
and just kind of
said, they're trying to shift the blame.
They're trying to shift the blame.
What they're trying to do is they're trying to normalize loot boxes by convincing you that it's just another in-game purchase.
Yep, that's exactly what it is.
They're trying to make you think that it's just DLC.
Yep. Oh, it's just, it's just extra, and they keep saying it's just an extra way to have fun and it's optional. Well, me walking into a fucking casino is optional too, but
that's true.
But they at least let me, they at least let me know what the heck, you know, I know there's some odds in the game, in the fact that I may or may not win something. I know I might lose my money if I walk up in there, but if I go and play any game today with a loot box in it, I don't know the odds. I put down some money, I may not see something.
Basically, the way I see it is,
you got 80 years on the
ESRB, who is in charge of taking care of this, is not actually going to do it properly. I think the government should be stepping in.
The government is totally doing it, because the senator who sent her letter
is clearly crooked.
Yeah, because Senator Hassan, she sent the letter to the ESRB, and she saw what they said about this, and she responded back and said, "Oh, okay, well, we'll just continue looking into it then." She doesn't buy it, so she's continuing to do it. The other guy, Chris Lee, who from Hawaii, who's been spearheading this shit hardcore, he's already got two legislation bills written up, ready to fucking go. He don't care. He's ready to go. He says he's proposed 2 Hawaii bills. He's gotten a whole bunch of other senators from different states jumping on board. I think Washington just got their bill set up. They don't care. They're just moving forward right at this point.
Yeah.
There's people across.
Gonna have to be,
there's
until some. Like I was saying, until some actual legislation happens.
And they can keep getting away with it.
Yeah.
Oh, I have the bills right here, actually. The House Bill 2686. It's basically, it's accompanied Senate version would prohibit retailers, including those that operate online, from selling games that include a system of further purchasing a randomized reward or rewards to anyone under 21 years of age. Many U.S. retailers already prevent children under 17 from buying games rated M for mature or AO for adults only. So that's essentially that one. Then House Bill 2727, meanwhile, will require game publishers to publicly disclose the odds of obtaining specific items from randomized loot boxes in their games. And Apple is doing that now. And these are reasonable bills. Yeah. I don't understand why they're fighting so hard. These are reasonable. They're not doing anything that's, because Chris Lee has said on his YouTube channel, he said he wants the industry to regulate themselves, and he's pushing indoors to get them worried so they will regulate themselves, and he hopes that's what they would do. But if they're not going to do it, he's like, what can I do?
It. They make too much money.
They're not going to do it.
$4 fucking billion.
I know. They're not going to do it. So he's like, well, fuck it then. I got to do what I got to do. And I don't want government involved, but if they're not, they're literally telling you right now.
I would rather have them involved than let these guys self-regulate it.
They're not going to self-regulate. It's already been, we already see it.
They're not going to do it.
Yeah, it's clear as day. They're not going to do it. They don't care. Because they're over here talking about, we think loot boxes are a fun way to acquire virtual items for use within the game to personalize your experience. Obviously, there's an element of surprise in loot boxes, just like with baseball trading cards. Nonsense.
I feel like if you're gonna have RNG type stuff in your game, it doesn't need to be for real money. Like, if you want the element of surprise, like let me get it in game without purchasing it. Y'all know I play a lot of PC games. I play a lot of MMOs.
Yep.
I play games that are like MOBA-like games, and like there's options to get it other than just me spending my money. If I grind enough, I can get it. But like if you're paying well, to be honest, I don't even think it should be an option. You shouldn't be paying real money for randomized
for that at all. But then they have that round of blank.
But if you want to buy the item full stop, that's fine to me because you know what you're getting.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel like it should be.
I think like adding the element of gambling into video games is wrong.
Yeah. That's wrong because
games are targeted at children's primarily,
and they're already gaming is already addicting by itself. You don't need extra addictive, tendencies. They're over here talking about they're unable to find any evidence that children specifically have been impacted by loot boxes or
that's a
nonsense. That's nonsense. And then they say whether this random reward structure leads to harmful purchasing playing behavior is still up in the air. What the?
Maybe literally, all of the parents whose children have taken their credit cards out of their purses or wallets should say, hey, well, here's your evidence.
Hell, we even had a whale. There was a kid not too long ago where an actual whale explained how he started his gambling early on, and it followed him into his adulthood, and he's finally gotten help, but he had to bring it out and let them know this is harmful.
Yeah.
Because he was stealing money from his mother. He was taking his
stealing from all his friends and his family.
His friends and family. He was using, like, whenever he job, he used that money just to pay his subscription services and stupid shit like that. Like, what?
A lot of people are weak-minded.
They're weak-minded, and this is not help. Yeah, it preys on that, and it's not helping. And it's not just for the kids; it's for people with those.
Oh yeah, it's not even just kids. Like there's grown people.
There's grown men and women just out here doing. Yeah.
Addicted to fucking loot boxes, like that guy who spent $15,000 on Mass Effect 3 fucking loot boxes and shit. Like what the
fuck?
That's one dude.
One freaking dude. So I just wanted to kind of do one more thing here, and then we can close. We can do questions if everybody, if you want, like a few questions, not too many, just a few. So put your questions in the
Discord.
Yeah, in the Discord. Should have a link in there soon.
Yeah, I'll put a link.
All right. Yeah. So start your questions now. And this article is just kind of it's just I don't normally go to Polygon, but they just asked them 5 questions about this in-game purchase stuff that kind of, you know, they were kind of concerned of, and it kind of got me thinking too. So I'll just ask the questions, and you guys just kind of, I guess, I don't know, kind of jump on it. So one of the questions was, how will games that have already released be affected by this label? So the label will certainly be applied to new games going forward, but could we see re-releases of pre-existing games or something like that? So, like, you know how games are already out right now?
Yeah.
Like, what are they going to do with those games? Because
the games they're going to have to go under the same rule. They're going to have to get a restamp.
They'll have to repackage them.
Yeah, they're going to have to be repackaged, but for the most part, people are, that's just what it is.
Going forward, I guess basically what they would do is going forward for those games that when they take them to retail, they would have to have this label.
Or technically, they could just put a sticker on it.
Yeah,
I think
put a sticker. Yeah, put a sticker on it. Why not?
They're gonna probably throw a sticker on.
Either way, they're gonna have to do it.
Yeah,
they're gonna have to.
And then this was another question that I thought was pretty interesting, because I was like, so where will the label be found on the box? How big will it be? Because look, you notice how the boxes have so much crap on the back.
Yeah. You know how they should do it? You know, on the Switch when you need
put that shit on the front
top of the box. You know, on the Switch games when you need a memory card mandatory, they put it right at the top of the box.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should be like that.
Yeah, just so it's noticeable.
Put it right on top.
Should be right on the front, not hidden away in the back.
No, don't put it on the back. Put that shit on the front.
Nobody looks at the back. Everyone looks at the front.
Because nobody looks at the back. They look at the front. So another one of the questions was, will the label give specific than nothing that a game includes in-game purchases? So is it just going to have just in-game purchase and that's it? Or is it going to be specific? Like what kind of in-game purchases?
It should say specifically.
It should
but
specifically
probably say in-game purchases.
It's probably just going to say in-game purchases and leave it broad, as opposed to be like, well, there's loot boxes, there's DLC, they're going to keep it as broad as possible. I'm pretty sure for the faster. So the next question they asked is, how will this be applied to games that have not publicly announced paid DLC?
They have to publicly announce it.
So, like,
if they're getting legislation to force them to tell on the box, they obviously have to come out and tell people if they have DLC in the game.
Yeah, true. So much for surprises there, huh?
Yeah, they use Zelda as an example. Zelda would have to do it too. They'd have to tell you that there is paid content in the game.
Yeah, and see, generalized all across the board. But hey, it is what it is. Will this call special attention to microtransactions, virtual currency, and loot boxes, or does it cover any in-game purchases? I think it's just going to be broad. It's going to cover everything. Yeah,
well, the way they're making it sound like they want to just normalize it.
They just want to normalize it.
Everything else.
Yeah, they just want to be like, well, it's an in-game purchase, so be mindful there's some in-game purchase. Don't worry about the loot boxes. We don't need to tell you about that. Like, the way that they were saying, like, parents weren't worried about loot boxes per se, but more concerned about...
They don't fucking know what it is.
It's like, because you didn't... Yeah, they don't know about it. You got to tell them. You got to... And then they're talking about, well, we want to...
Like, that's like saying, these parents wouldn't even care if their kids walked into a casino and started playing craps. Yeah, okay. I'll believe that.
Yeah, like kids go to casinos, but they don't go into the casino floor.
Games, though.
Yeah, they go to casinos, but you don't see them in the casino floor because the rule is no kids on the casino floor. Period. They walk right the fuck through and get right the hell out. So why would you generalize this as like, you know,
And this is worse because it's in their own home. They can be unsupervised.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's true.
Much worse.
It's true.
So stupid.
And it's so much easier to access because it's just right there on your system.
And they can just take your wallet, take your credit card, and start spending all your money.
There you go. Like they can't walk to a casino, but they can walk to the living room. You hear me?
Right?
Yeah, that's terrible. That's terrible.
They can walk straight to the living room.
We hear countless stories of kids taking their parents' wallets and start charging on microtransactions and loot boxes. Like that's a normal thing now.
And then they have the audacity to sit up here and say they don't studies, and it's like, we've been telling you, don't read the news. There's studies, incidences everywhere, all over the freaking internet, and you just pretending like you don't know. They really don't want this to, and it's like Chris Lee, the guy is literally trying to work with you guys. And you guys are fighting him tooth and nail, and it's going to bite you in the ass. And I can't wait to see what the overall outcome will be at this point, because legislation is going to be passed now. They're just going to have to pass it. They ain't got no choice at this point. These guys have already shown their cards.
Go over their heads and just do it.
Yeah, they just showed their cards with this bullshit today. The whole industry is like gamers everywhere is just like, oh really? Legislation.
If what the ESRB tried to pull today doesn't show you that they're bought and paid for, I don't know.
Absolutely, bought and paid for.
Bought and paid for.
They ain't even hiding it no more, if you ask me.
There's no
even trying to deny that at this point.
Absolutely, absolutely.
They have no interest in doing what's right.
So we do have a few questions, and I will go ahead and.
Honestly, they should all be fired.
Right. We'll go ahead and answer a few questions, and then we'll go ahead and close out tonight. So Matthew Pipes asked, how drunk or high was the people at the Nintendo headquarters when they created this garbage-ass Nintendo Creators Program BS?
The problem with that program is it's not made by the Nintendo people that we know. It's not like Miyamoto.
It's not the ground level people.
It's not like Miyamoto, Reggie, and Kimishima are in a back room making this. It's like Nintendo's lawyers, man.
Yeah, it's the lawyers in the suits. They don't.
Those guys just see numbers and they
see numbers. And
their only job is to make money for Nintendo.
Yep.
It is what it is.
So that's how drunk and high they are.
Although I would love to believe it's Reggie because I hate Reggie, and I would love to blame this on him. But I know that it would not be him that's doing this stuff.
So the answer is they're drunk and high on power.
No, they're just
and corporate finessing of the general public.
The corporate finesse.
The corporate.
You have just been corporately. You have just been corporate finessed. That is a thing. Get ready. Muhammad Alavi. Do I really want to ask this? I'm going to ask it. Based on how third parties have been getting away with overcharging for their last-gen ports and Switch owners buying them, how far do you think Nintendo can go with the pricing of their virtual console games?
They can get away with it because they've always been getting away with it.
They've been doing this
shit.
Yeah,
their virtual console games have always been overpriced.
Like Nintendo, not Super Nintendo. Like NES games were like what, $8 or something like that. Something crazy.
This is the last generation where people are gonna buy it.
NES were $5, SNES were $8.
Yeah.
I think N64 were $10.
Yeah.
10 or 12, something like that.
10 or 12, something like that. And then Wii games, which I actually thought was a good price for the time, was $20.
Wii games are not bad. $20. That's a pretty good deal.
But like NES games, I feel like NES games should be like at most $2, in my opinion.
Yeah. They don't want to devalue their games, though. That's the only thing.
I mean, I get it. But
they're old now.
But then when you go to Steam and then there's other like Sega Genesis and SNES games, like third-party games, and they're like 99 cents. It's like, you know what?
It's like, Nintendo, I get it.
Nintendo, they don't look at things like that, though.
I understand they want to maintain a certain clout for their IP.
They want to keep their product as a premium product.
But at some point, you have to understand that the NES was like a long time ago. That's all I'm going to say.
I'm still holding out hope that they're making something like Game Pass for all their old games.
No, I would be down with that. That
would be really cool. $10 a month, you get access to NES through Wii. That'd be really cool.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. I especially want, because there's a lot of Wii games because I was in college at the time. There's a lot of Wii games I didn't really get to play, so I'd be down for that.
That would be awesome.
Digital, get out my Digital. Stop. Stop. He over here about this dolphin show.
What is the dolphin show's movie?
Ain't nobody want to play dolphin.
Nobody wanted to play on that level.
That level's trash.
It never got picked. So Matthew, your question is, what characters that wasn't in Smash 4 but was in previous Smash Bros. Games that you want to see return, and what new characters you want to see to get put in? So we need the Ice Climbers back. We need the Ice Climbers back.
Man, fuck them. I want Waluigi.
We need Ice Climbers back, and I want to see Waluigi.
He's a trophy. He don't count.
He's a trophy, but I want him to come back. I want him to be in there.
Waluigi with the Mario Tennis hair.
Yes, sir.
And I want Swole DDD.
Yes, sir. Or just give him a skin. Give DDD a swole skin. There you go.
But his arms are huge. I don't think they can do that with a skin.
They can do it. They can figure it out.
Yes, they need to replace him with swole DDD.
Yeah, it'd be amazing.
Yeah.
And they should do a skin for Ganon to give him L'Oreal Ganon.
Yes, I need L'Oreal Ganon and Smash.
I want L'Oreal Ganon and Smash. Oh my god, bad latency. So, given the massive legislative controversy over loot boxes, do you think I should write some representative about my experience of getting my credit card number stolen and 450 charged in loot box trash?
Absolutely. Yeah? Absolutely.
Let them know.
Absolutely, yes.
They need to...
he was charged $450 in loot boxes.
That's right. you need to know about that stuff. They need to know about how stuff like this can backfire if there's no actual, if there's nothing put in place, if there's no, pitfalls put in place. So yeah,
absolutely.
Let them know.
If you guys have been duped in any way, if you guys have children that may have fallen into the trap in any way, that's definitely the stuff that y'all need to be telling them, because like Coupon said, they've been getting away with it because they quote unquote don't have enough evidence that it's affecting children.
Give them that evidence.
So y'all need to give them that evidence.
Chris Lee. Also write Chris Lee from Hawaii. I write him all the time on different things, and he tends to pop up with that information, the newest his newest updates and stuff. Somehow I'm like, oh dude. So he listens to all the feedback. So if you give him information, he'll use it.
How do you feel about everyone and their mama coming out with Nintendo E3 2018 lists?
That's the same thing every year in and year out.
Nothing new.
And everyone falls for it every year for some reason.
Every year.
Oh, but people come out with their little
fake lists.
Those fake lists. I haven't followed those things ever.
Of the internet, it is what it is.
Everybody's got an uncle at Nintendo which gave them the secret lists.
Exactly.
Right. So silly.
Exactly.
T-Dude asks, despite the rumors, do you think Nintendo will reveal Smash Bros. Deluxe, Bayonetta 3, and Metroid Prime 4 at E3 this June?
Yeah.
I think there's a good chance,
It's a possibility.
I think that's a pretty safe bet.
Yeah.
Ludwig. Special launch alongside Nintendo's online network.
Yeah, that too.
What's launching along the...
Smash.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. Yes, I can see that happening.
Yeah, Metroid Prime will be 2019 at the earliest.
Yeah, at earliest, yeah.
Do you think we'll get a full Nintendo Direct before E3, Ludwig asked?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, more than likely. There might be some little minor...
March, April, May.
I mean, there's something they might drop that they might need to get off their chest.
We'll probably get a Direct either March or April.
I say March or April as well.
Because then the E3's in June, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so that gives it two months ahead. Yeah. They'll probably do like a game-specific Direct though.
Yeah.
Because Kirby's in March, right? They might do a Kirby.
Yeah,
Direct.
they might do a Kirby Direct.
They could.
Because Kirby's like at the end of March.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, could be that.
I think it's like March, like 20 something. If I'm not mistaken, I can look it up.
I know the frame rate. I don't know the release date.
So
it's March 16th, correction. March 16th.
Oh, damn. That's
no.
The frame rate of Payday 2, damn.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Sad days.
Oh, no.
So, T2 asked, if Bandai Namco were to announce Soul Calibur for the Switch at E3, will they be introducing an exclusive character, Lucina, from... they better not. It better be Ike.
No, they wouldn't. They would use Ike or Link.
It would be Ike or Link.
Why the fuck would it be Lucina?
Oh, because, freaking...
Because she's waifu.
Weeaboos. Because waifu... I don't want waifu crap going on in my Soul Calibur.
Actually, Nintendo's on this this female character kick right now.
They are so on this crap.
They
like,
are.
get the frick off. I'm over it already.
I'm cool with it, but like when it gets too much, I'm like, okay, yeah.
I think it would make more sense if it was Marth, Ike, or Link, though.
I'm gonna say this: as long as they keep that exclusively to that trash game that they made recently, that's cool. But if you bring it to the original Fire Emblem, I'm out. So to answer your question, as far as the limited edition World Final Remix, I don't know. It depends on what they're giving me anything worthwhile. Maybe I'll get it. If not, then it'll stay on the shelf like all things, and I'll just get the regular version. It's not that big a deal. Question for Alex. You already answered it.
What would I prefer? Payday 2 or SNK Heroines? I would prefer to keep my money.
Exactly. No, neither of those sound interesting to me.
They both sound terrible.
And this is probably going to be the last question because we're getting a little fuckboy hour. So Gamer Nick, I'm going to ask your question. Did you hear the announcement that Baby Groot Guardians of the Galaxy and original Groot is dead?
You try to cut out, so I'm going to repeat that. Did you hear the announcement that Groot in Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is actually Groot Jr., Groot's son, and the original Groot is dead?
Interesting.
That's wild. I honestly thought he just regenerated.
I don't know.
I thought so too.
Is it official?
Yeah, the director said so.
Nobody tried the Balloon World DLC, no.
Yeah,
well,
it's not a rumor or anything. The director of the
Alex
movie said that. What?
Did you try that Luigi Balloon World DLC?
Who wants to play that? No.
The fuck would I want that?
There you go. That was Matthew's question. I just figured I'd shoehorn that last one in.
That whole thing is like an embarrassment to Luigi.
No more questions.
That DLC, it epitomizes everything wrong with Luigi and how Nintendo treats Luigi.
He ain't lying though, frick. Oh man.
Like, nah, Luigi, you can't be a playable character. How about you just show up with some balloons and do a gay little dance?
Maybe treating him like the bastard stepson or something.
Like, man, when I saw that DLC, I was rolling laughing. I'm like, they did him wrong again. They do Luigi as dirty as Dragon Ball does Vegeta, man. Like,
oh my god,
that's crazy.
Shoot. Dang.
Like, everyone wanted the main thing people said when they beat Mario Odyssey was, when can I play
Luigi?
And what does Nintendo do? Hey, Luigi's here, guys. He brought balloons.
Where's the party? We got balloons, y'all.
Oh my god.
Freaking goodness.
The only cool thing about that update is there's more costumes and more filters. Like, that Luigi shit, you can keep that shit.
That Luigi moment is so garbage, bro.
Oh,
like,
man,
at this point, Luigi needs a moment of...
Fucking Luigi, man.
He said, hey guys, I got balloons. On that note, you guys, that's when we're cutting out. We're out of here. We gotta leave on a high note. That shit is hilarious. Like, they said, hey guys, we got balloons.
Oh my goodness.
That's all he got, man. He got his little bow tie, and he got his balloons, and he's trying to show up to the party like he's some shit.
No, look. Mario over here trying to stop a wedding. This motherfucker got balloons.
Fucking Mario's having parties in the tower with Pauline. Fucking Luigi shows up with 4 balloons.
Yo, that hurts so much, and I'm already tired, and it made my head hurt, bro.
Oh my god.
Yo, they don't even stop there. Look at these eShop cards. Luigi has the lowest one.
The disrespect never stops.
He's like $10, right?
The disrespect. He's
He's the $10 card. Oh my god, that's funny.
So dirty.
That is so hilarious.
They need to reward Luigi with a Luigi's Mansion 3 on the Switch.
Right?
Because the disrespect is too real.
I'm gonna just say this: if this fool don't get a Luigi Mansions 2 at some point in his lifetime, you can understand that year of Luigi, that BS year of Luigi was his actual fucking that was his actual fucking, what do you call it, eulogy. That was what it was. They killed him that year. That was his year to die.
Man, Luigi, man, they got to do better with Luigi.
I need them to.
Luigi's an OG. We've been rocking with Luigi since we've been rocking with Mario, basically.
Like he mean mugs you in Mario Kart. You wonder fucking why.
Absolutely.
We gotta get a Luigi's Mansion on the Switch. Like,
absolutely.
Oh my god.
All right, so we're gonna cut it out here.
Just think of this. There's one more thing. Think of this. This is really gonna blow your mind.
Okay, what's up?
So, King Dedede comes out. He's swole as fuck. He's looking good. While Luigi's out here, he's got brand new hair. He's killing it. He's got the suave hair on the tennis court. Luigi's got a bow tie and balloons.
Nia, just
poor guy.
Tell us where we can see. Tell us where we can see you and all that good stuff. Just log out. Log out. We gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta go.
My face is gonna fall off.
Press
like,
F for respect, y'all. F for respect, y'all. F.
Press F to pay respects, guys.
Pay respects, y'all. F for Luigi.
F to pay respects for Luigi, guys.
Let me get them Fs. Go ahead, Nia.
Y'all put them Fs up, bro.
Put them Fs up for Luigi.
Respect for Luigi.
Respect
for
Luigi,
man.
Go ahead, do your outro.
Who?
Golly. Oh, Nia.
Hold on. Okay.
She's trying to get her good. Or you go, Alex, if you got your stuff together.
First, put your F's up for Luigi, our fallen homie. Came with balloons to a party that's already over.
Nightbot tripping. What?
Hold on, I'm about to accept it.
Oh my god, Nightbot tripping.
Dang, I can't.
He won't even let us put F. He won't even let us put respect.
Like
That's how Nightbot is out here. Let us pay our respects for Luigi.
I can't take it back. Sorry, I can't take it back.
Dude, that's how bad it is. Nightbot out here.
Nightbot is a straight hater, bro.
He is straight.
Nightbot's a hater.
That's why I turned my Nightbot off. I got sick of him.
Turn him off, man.
I don't use that shit.
Yeah, I turned mine off like a long time ago. That dude is hateful. Go ahead, Alex.
Alright, so yeah, what's going on, everyone? Active's in here. There's another week of Team Red Talks Nintendo. We've been off for a couple weeks, but we're back. We're back at it, alright? Calm down. Nintendo's killing it. We know they're killing it. 2017, amazing. 2018's off to a good start. Kirby's just around the corner. Luigi's out giving balloons. We got it all on the Switch, guys. Switch Gang is #1.
Man.
Oh, and Unforgiven said next Monday when we play Mario.
Yeah, I'll be Luigi next week.
Everybody be Luigi next week for Mario Kart. We're gonna do that. We're gonna give.
We gotta pay our respects for Luigi.
Pay our respects for the dude. Go ahead, Nia.
First of all, I just want to say that we have 22 watchers and 22 likes. That's exactly what I like to see.
That's what I'm saying.
Shout outs to y'all for coming through with the likes.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you guys so much for coming through, man. But of course, you already know who it is. It's your girl, Nia, the video game her. Make sure you guys are subscribing to me if you're just coming through, but you haven't subscribed yet. Subscribe to me on the video game her on YouTube. If you're currently watching me on Twitch and you're not following me on Twitch yet, follow me, Nia Loves Ninty. If you're watching me on Mixer, make sure you guys are following me on Mixer, the video game her. I have a video that's coming like this week. I'm probably gonna try to edit it and all that stuff tomorrow, and probably set it for tomorrow, either the next day. But I've already recorded it. I'm just in the process of editing it and all that stuff. So yeah, man, thank you guys so much for coming out to Team Red. It was a good night. My face is about to fall off my head, and man, it is what it is, y'all.
All right, so on top of that, we gonna play as Balloon Battle Mode. That's even worse.
Balloon Battle Mode.
We gonna do Balloon Battle Mode. Everybody plays Luigi. For Mario Kart next week. Get ready for that, y'all. So with that being said, I'm Coupon. I am your struggle diva, the struggle gamer, and you can find me on Coupon Strides here on YouTube. You can find me at Coupon on Twitch and Twitter, and you can also find me at Coupon Strides on Facebook. I don't have a Mixer. I'm still debating if I want to go over there or not, and there may be a time where I actually
up to your restream.
I don't know. I might. I may not. I may not. I'm still debating if I even want to just like cut out YouTube altogether and just go straight Twitch.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. But
you can't hurt if you just add it to the list. But it's up to you.
Yeah. Definitely. I mean, more the merrier. So we'll see how it goes. If everybody feels comfortable with me just staying on Twitch, I'll go there. If you like the double streaming, I'll keep it. It's no big deal. It's not like I'm trying to do much. But appreciate you all for coming through. Throw them F's up. Pay your respects to Luigi.
Poor Luigi.
He needs some love out here. And we'll catch you guys next week. Hopefully we keep up this time. We just had some things pop off. So, Alex with his late... pop in. It's fashionably late behind. But me and Nia held it down for the first half, so that's what's up. So we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. We'll catch you guys next week. Deuces.